Hello everyone, this is Here's Trivia. Welcome back to Season 4 of our Subscriber Game Tournament as we continue here in Round 1 with Group F. In our third match here, we have President Duck in the green versus Ray in the red. So, once again, we have the Juggernaut returning, and this time we know what this is all about. We have Sima Yi, Zhang Jiao, and Mu Lu. Now, the Juggernaut is here to kill off his own general in Zhang Jiao and activate his Invincibility ability. Hopefully he uses his other ability first this time, and he's going to use them on faster unit with 3 Messenger of Heaven and 6 elephants. So let's see if these elephants can carry the match. You're still really limiting your strategy to about 60 seconds of action, and if you're not engaged first, which I guess you won't be because you'll be charging afterwards, probably about 40 seconds of the ability. And this also depends on what Ray does. If he disengages, then maybe you won't even have that full minute and you might just be burning away one of your generals for no reason. Now, looking at Ray's side, we have an army led by Huang Fusong with Yan Baihu and Sun Ce. This is very similar to the army he brought in his last battle. Same generals, but slightly different unit. We're going with the same 6 defender of the Empire, so Unbreakable Spear Guard, but less cavalry on Yan Baihu and slightly more infantry options. And then the same setup on Sun Ce with the cheap Raider Cav, which makes sense because if you roar and route unit, you can have them chase after them so that they don't bounce back. Now, the roar ability might actually work fairly well against elephants. You won't be routing them entirely, but if they're damaged and then you roar, maybe making them lose by morale is going to be an option to win, despite having a bunch of infantry that might be vulnerable to them. But fortunately, because the infantry is unbreakable on Ray's side, even if the elephants were to do a lot of damage in the initial charge, if they get bogged down, then we will have the infantry fight back. And we saw President Duck struggle a little bit with his charge command, so let's see if he can efficiently charge these 6 elephants one at a time into individual targets instead of piling together and running into each other and limiting your own charge damage. Now, as we load into battle here, we can see President Duck has his Juggernaut 4 deployed. So he's getting ready to move his general up here to die so that the unit can start out closer to the enemy, which is a smart change, even though leaving it kind of in the front could expose it to danger, but I'm sure it's hidden in a tree, right? Yeah, I think technically that's hidden. At least the enemy wouldn't be able to see it. Now, on Ray's side, I think Ray is probably just equally paranoid from picking Yan Baihu himself that he will run into other Yan Baihu comps while not bringing any vision generals. His units are always very spread out, and the invisible ones are the bandit raiders on this side, and the infantry here, and this infantry here. Everyone else is visible and scattered around here with the defenders in the front and the 2 generals here backing them up. So let's see how this one goes. I mean, Yan Baihu's going to realize there's not a lot of good target for the poison volley, but still, might as well shoot it, because if these are the only targets you can shoot at, might as well just, do as much damage as you can. Although the suppressive ability of the poison volley, which actually removes some of the charge bonus, I think it can take out about 500 point of charge bonus, might be worthwhile as a move to protect the infantry. It will require incredible timing, but we'll see if there's anything like that. Well, Zhang Jiao's moved into position to get burned alive, and all the units are moving ahead. Oh, here comes the poison volley on the cavalry. I mean, there's 60 units, which technically means they take more from poison than regular cavalry, because it's like per unit damage. So having 60 in the model actually will do a little bit more. They're out of the range. Oh, he did use the ability this time. Maybe I missed it last time? I don't think so, though. Last time I don't think I saw that. But that also doesn't last that long, and they're moving back because they're not in range to take the bonus. Why doesn't Sima Yi come along? Like, why leave him? He's not just the guy who brings juggernauts, he has Whitewater. Is he trying to use... I mean, Whitewater has been changed, so there's a range to it. You can't just use it... Wait, what are they doing? They're not burning. Has President Duck changed his tactics? But still, bring Sima Yi with you. If he's worried about getting it shut down, if it's targeted, but the problem is, like, you're not in range, then it's just not active. And they're gonna get targeted. Here comes the bandit raiders, target him. Okay, 1 messenger to seek out Yan Baihu, very good. They're coming in for the roar. 56 point of morale, so they will be fine. They need to take some damage before the morale actually would rout them. Or they need to get them away from Mulul for the Fury bonus. Well, here it comes. He's not standing in the right spot. Okay, Poison Volley being used. Oh, that's Hail of Arrows, not Poison Volley. Yeah. Okay, active, now what? As you can see, Ray is disengaging for the most part. Oh, they were moving. So not a lot of charge reflect damage, but still a decent amount. See, 24-second Way of the Great Peace. That's the earlier ability. The Invincibility has 36. No, he's targeting it wrong again. It's ready down to 28 seconds. 25. They're all going to one guy. You can see the traffic jam. They're not charging. Somebody's dead. Well, the ability wears off in 3, 2, 1. At least the timing on the morale. There's enough positive multiplier to take it. Sunse took a lot of damage from the elephants. Maybe a good Hail of Arrow target? Yeah, I think for the tournament, a lesson to learn by President Duck is just get a little bit better with the micro of charges. Grouping and targeting one is like the worst way to charge. I think Folden's match from earlier is a good example of how you want to charge. Now they're just kind of stuck. You're in your own way. When you tell one unit to move a certain direction, a couple units going to be dragged behind because they're bumping into their own elephants. And then you can't really move them well. They're trying to do their roar. Is Sunse going to bounce back? No, -3. Unfortunately, he can't. Yeah, like who's actually attacking him? Barely anyone. They are routing the Yue units, but these guys are unbreakable. We'll see if they come back and find a good place to use the ability. Maybe he's... There we go. Yeah, I think maybe he was trying to do it. It's hard to target one because you don't know where the game's going to say, like, that unit. There's a bunch of them scattered. Where are you going to aim on that one? Okay, so Hail of Arrows coming through. That's actually a good usage. They kill Mulu with that. And that's a good trade. Oh, Sunse bounces back. Clutch. Yeah, Sunse come back and roar, it's over. Because their morale's already shaking. And they're all together. One roar before he... There we go. That's over. That's it. GG. Similar to Zhang Fei's roar. Are they going to bounce back? Oh, there's one unit here. So it's not everyone. But now can you get the cheap cav to chase? I thought it would be everyone. If it's everyone, it would have been game over, but it's not. Bouncing back. If you can sustain the damage, might be difficult. Pull out the bow and just shoot one. I think that's what he's doing. Yeah. Chase one, chase one, chase one. Try to chase as many as you can, so like limit who's bouncing back. He's missing some of the shots, which is giving them a chance to bounce back, but... Yeah, that was a clutch roar. I mean, he still has Flame of Phoenix. He's just hunting them and killing them. Yeah, the ones that are back, they're not going to do enough. Ooh, good Hail of Arrow. It didn't kill anyone. It's still, but look at the charge. The suppression from these ability take away your charge, and then you just basically don't do much damage. And that was the key. I think they're just gonna just wind this down and kill them off. Maybe this one will be done soon. Gonna hit them with the army loss, and that's gonna do it here. Yep, that should be the last of them. Well, it's nice to see President Duck try this tactic again. He improved on his first match, used the ability, got the units up closer, but on the other side, you have Ray backing it up, you have Ray, this wasn't Ray's doing, but when President Duck charges everything into one unit, it really dampens the damage the elephants can do. If they were spread out more, it would have been much more devastating. You spread them out, group them back together, spread them out, group them back together through cycle charges, it would have been a lot better. Pretty clutch return by Swinso to do the roar. Unfortunately, there was a messenger that was far away. Pulley was routed earlier and then bounced back. Wasn't hit with that. Kept them in the fight for a little bit longer, but was really over by that point. And that should end Group F's day 1. 3 more matches to go. Exciting group here with some interesting strategies. And we'll see if they can build off of their games and improve upon these strategies in their remaining matches. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!